In this email, I'm going to show you how to change a user's existing email box. So, main example that I'm going to use in this tutorial is the assumption that someone has gotten married and their last name has changed, because that's a typical scenario when this happens. So let's go under the toolbox and go to Email Account Management from inside your website administration area. Now once you're in here, you're going to have an email box. Let's go ahead and add one in the users just so we have something to work with. So let's go ahead and use the name Jane Smith. And let's give this a simple password. And her name is Jane Smith. Okay, so let's go ahead and add that mailbox. Okay, so you can see that mailbox is right here. Now, let's make the assumption that she has changed her name, she got married, and her last name is now Jane Jones. So let's go ahead and edit the user accounts. We're going to click on her name, and then we're going to click this link right here that says change this mailbox address. It's going to warn you because what's going to happen after the fact here is all of the mail inside this mailbox is going to be removed from the jane.smith account and is going to be added to the jane.jones account, which we're creating now. Okay, so we'll hit Save Changes, and it's going to take it a minute to do this. What it's doing is it's creating the jane.jones account, then it's moving all the email from jane.smith into that account, as well as all the settings and everything else that were associated with that account, so you don't have to go back in and readjust everything. The password will stay intact, everything that was there before. Once it's done, it'll bring you back to this screen. So now you can see there's a Jane Jones account. Her name is still wrong, but her email address has been updated. So now let's go ahead and let's go edit the account, and let's change the name on the account to Jane Jones. Okay, and we'll go ahead and save that. Okay, now the thing that you need to be aware of at this point is that the jane.smith email box may still be in the address book of some of Jane's people that she communicates with through email. If they send an email to jane.smith right now, that email is going to bounce back to them as undeliverable because the box no longer exists. Okay, so what you need to do to avoid this from happening is to create an alias. So we're going to add an alias, and we're going to call that Jane.Smith, which is her old account that no longer exists, and we're going to tell the system any mail that comes to that account, please send that to Jane.Jones at your domain. And then you're going to hit Add Alias. Okay, so now any mail that comes to Jane.Smith will be rerouted to Jane.Jones, which is her new mailbox. That way she won't miss any mail. When the mail comes into that account, she'll be able to see that it was originally intended for Jane.Smith, and she can notify that person that her email address has changed, and then eventually, if you want to, you can go into the aliases account and you can delete that alias. All right, so that's how you manage changing an email box.